So we moved into White Plains a little over 15 years ago, and they made me a Gabbai pretty shortly after we moved in.
I've been a Gabbai at HI since 2002.
By process of elimination, I've been Gabbai 8 years.
It's been 5 years.
We all know that a Gabbai plays this logistical role during davening, but I like to think about a Gabbai playing the role of creating kavod hatzibur within a congregation. That is, making both individuals feel honored and respected, but also making the entire congregation and davening experience respectful and harmonious.
They're really like the glue, and they make the community a better place because they make the tefillah work. The daily, the weekly, the holidays, they're like the inner workings of the clock.
I know my father would be so proud of me to see me in this role. He was the everything in our shul in Larchmont, and I know that he would really understand the amount of work and commitment that this role takes.
The most difficult thing of being a Gabbai during COVID really has been missing the older people in the shul, and the fact that I can't share with them.
There are so many familiar faces that we haven't seen in a really long time, and there are so many unfamiliar faces that we have yet to meet.
Everyone's patience is totally tried, and everybody's having a really hard time.
Thinking back to the Yamim Norim, when we were going back and forth and getting tents set up in multiple backyards and parking lots and multiple minyanim, and figuring out on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur where everyone came through and did the things they needed to do, and people had really meaningful experiences. And it's not about being in the fancy building with the highly paid chazan or whatever. It's about, can we say the words in a way that brings meaning?
I can't wait for everyone to daven together, to see everyone.
I'm looking forward to having a place where everything is set up when we get there, and everyone knows where they're going, and we can just kind of walk in and daven.
3 words for the HIWP community.
That's warm, welcoming,
Caring.
Caring, definitely.
Everybody in this community doesn't just show up for shul, doesn't just show up for a kiddush, but actually tries to live Torah. It's been a great influence not only on me, but I think on our family.
Bobby's one of those guys that once you meet, it feels like you've known him forever.
Bobby is loyal, big-hearted, and community-minded.
Reliable, funny, and lots of kavanah.
There's nothing hidden about him. He's really quite, he presents who he is, and that's what's so wonderful about him.
In 2015, Bobby was diagnosed with cancer. And throughout the whole ordeal, Bobby was writing a blog to keep us informed. It was inspirational. He never lost his sense of humor. He fought, he came back. He's back and he's as good as ever.
When other people might have such challenges, it really can hamper them. For him, it's something to push through, to still achieve what's important to achieve, and to do what needs to be done, and to care for the people that need to be cared for. And that's really what makes him so special to me.
I really can't think of a more deserving person. I'm sure there are, I just can't think of them. But Bobby is, in his own right, a very, very deserving person. He's a great guy, and well done, Bobby.
Leah's role as Gabbai is unique because she's our first female Gabbai, which is an incredible role model for the shul. She helps keep women's issues a priority in the shul, and she embodies involvement in davening in a modern Orthodox service.
I think that sense of empowerment that the women in our shul feel, watching her and through her, just that sense of we all have a role, we all have a purpose, looking out for each other, and the importance of the female presence in creating the atmosphere and the spirit of what shul is.
Leah in 3 words: peripatetic, renegade artist.
Thoughtful, determined, creative. I'll just have to add fun. She's very fun.
Leah has contributed to HIWP by working on the shul bulletin, working on the dinner journal, working on ad solicitation, working on learning campaigns, women's tefillah, the building committees. She's Gabbaiim. She works in the thrift shop. She worked on Synagogue 2000. She worked on the movie club. She has worked as a Zoom hostess, and she is the house band drummer.
So Michael has this unique combination of talents and abilities. He's both compassionate and sensitive. He has a great intellect and knowledgeable about Torah.
The Kvod HaTzibur goes with Kvod HaTorah, like those two things, they complement each other, and that's why I think Michael is so great at it, because he really, he takes to heart both of those things, the importance of the Torah and the importance of the Tzibur.
He really comes with a tremendous fund of knowledge and likes to teach. So he's a renaissance man for our shul.
And so when he thinks about solutions to logistical or ritual problems, he's thinking about Torah and Halacha. He's thinking about people. He's thinking about where the congregation is and where there are opportunities for Torah to meet the congregation and vice versa. And I think that it's that kind of wisdom and broad perspective that makes him effective and great as a leader and as a Gabbaiim in our shul.
I mean, I don't know what Gadi doesn't do. Whether you call him because you have an AV question, whether you need a Torah for a bar mitzvah, whether you need to know how to make a minyan or what time something is, he always has the answer. If he doesn't have the answer, he'll find it out or figure it out. So there's really nothing Gadi doesn't know and can't do.
He approaches everybody where they're at. And if you want to participate in tefillah, if you want to sit in the back row, if you want to be a leader, he'll help you find your place in the community.
Whether it's camping trips or vacations we go on them, Gadi's always just fun.
He's certainly one of the smartest people I know, and in terms of building things and being just that engineer, and seeing him light up about that, it's pretty